So speaking of backs, this got me thinking. Max did a very deep dive on you, and so I was thinking of a little exchange. Darnell Jefferson tailback, Ray Griffin starting tailback. Is the program your favorite movie?
It's one of them. It's up there. Latimer place at the table, starting defense. I remember seeing that. I was a freshman in college, seeing that with my father. I don't know. You start talking about sports movies like Hoosiers and, the program. Sometimes we'll use a program reference, with these guys. Like I was talking about one of our quarterbacks in a staff meeting the other day, and I'm like, well, you guys know what the problem is? And they said, no. I said, well, you guys would know what happened at his birthday party. And they're like, no. And I'm like, well, he had a birthday party and he got busted for drinking. And I said, the cops came in and they took everyone's name down. I said, you guys know what the issue was? And they said, what? I said, there wasn't one of his teammates on the list. And everyone's looking at me. And someone said, Coach, are you doing the Bo Callahan from Draft? I'm like, absolutely. Like these young guys, they just watch YouTube. They don't watch any movies anymore.
Nobody knows who Joe Kane is. Good Lord.
Program you could teach about the dangers of steroid use. There's lots of lessons there for your kids.
Laying in the middle of the road reading Sports Illustrated. Don't do that.
I don't think that version's out anymore. I think you have to go. That's like a bootleg copy. I think they got rid of that after like a week.
Did you see that version with your dad?
I saw that version in the movie theater. Yep.
My high school football team, we finished practice on a Thursday and went to watch the program in the theater because we had a game the next day. It was just get us pumped up for the game.
Right.
And so yeah, that scene was in it. But the practice scene scored to Welcome to the Jungle.
Yes.
That had Bull in the Ring, all the stuff you guys are not allowed to do at practice anymore.
I know.
Just incredible.
It's just bodies laying everywhere after practice. And I walk in now, like they get smoothies and massages and chiropractors. I'm like, where's the guys laying there that, tape on their face, but the games, at least movies have changed, I guess.
I remember you told me once, Matt, in your time at Baylor, you played a game against Oklahoma and you told me you went tin cup in that game. I'm guessing you have a high standard for sports movies in your life.
I do. I only like to go. I'm excited. I need to go see Air. I keep hearing about Air, which I don't know if that's technically a sports movie or not.
Oh yeah.
My daughters were in town and I went and saw Mario Brothers instead, which was amazing. Let me just say that 3D, but Air is on my list here very shortly.
Well, it's they don't make them they don't make the football movies anymore. That's the problem. There's no international market for them, I'm told by the people who used to make the football movies. But fun fact, Alvin Mack has appeared on this podcast. So
wow.
Dwayne Davis, because his son Wyatt was a very good offensive lineman at Ohio State. He was a 5-star recruit. So you are following the footsteps of Alvin Mack. Someday you'll buy your mom a house and this says Adidas. So
another alleged favorite of yours. Is it true that Dave Matthews Band is your desert island band?
Oh, you've heard me do that. That's one of my recruiting things I do all the time. It comes and goes, but I'd say on average, yes. My DB coach Evan Cooper has been my recruiting guy. Like him and his wife, they went like a family trip, and she shot me a text. She's like, why am I having, her name's Andisha Cooper. Andisha texted me. She's like, why am I having to listen to Dave Matthews for the last 3 hours? Because Coop, to get me to watch recruits that he wants to offer, not just the ones that he wants to offer. He'll come in my office and he'll throw on a little Dave. He knows that'll settle me down, get me in my chair, and then he puts them on. So he's been raised in football on Crash, and all these great songs.
Is there a favorite? Are you a live music guy? Is there a favorite concert all time you've gone to?
I love live music. If I have my choice, I'd rather go to a show than a studio, like a big concert. Does that make sense? I love the show. Like I went and saw Cody Jinks it was at the arena here, the Liberty First Credit Union in Omaha, but a smaller show. Just bought tickets on the third row, and Cody Jinks was amazing, just absolutely amazing. I saw the Stones and Living Color back in I saw them in 90, 93, whatever the tour, 93. And that was a studio show, but it was awesome. I think I saw the Eagles at Penn State, phenomenal. So a couple ones that really, really, really stand out. And I love going to listen to Dave.
I was going to say that the Dave concerts just kind of go and go and go. This is the jam band vibe. What is your favorite Dave Matthews album?
Well, you know what? I'm not going to answer this because the last time I answered something similar to this, I got so much hate.
What?
I got so much hate.
Dave Matthews Band fans are mellow people.
No,
they shouldn't be doing this.
It was before our first draft with Fit. Scott Fitter, and Scott Fitter is a huge Dave Matthews fan. So they asked me, like, what's my favorite song, right? And so, like, my true favorite song was probably like Gray Street, or
I love Gray Street.
But I said you and me because You and Me came out, and then my wife and I were never going to have another child, so we had one child, and all of a sudden, by the grace of God, boom, 2 daughters came along. So that song always reminds me of my daughters. But like, this guy wrote an article, so I'm pretty good about not reading what people say about me. But when you start attacking my love of Dave Matthews, then that's different. That's over the line. Like, 3rd down, go for it. 4th down, go for it. I'm fine with that. But don't attack me, especially a song that's out to my daughters. So I like the Tim Reynolds time. I like the Tim Reynolds albums, but I really like it all.
Well, the Gray Street is a great choice. The correct answer is Crush, but Gray Street is a great choice. A lot of times when clothing companies come on board, they say, hey, can we send you some stuff so you can check it out and tell the listeners exactly how it feels? When Rhule came on board, I said, don't worry, I already got you covered. I've got 3 different commuter polos, and now I'm up to 5 versions of the commuter pants because honestly, these are the best fitting polos I've ever worn, some of the best fitting pants I've ever worn, and they are perfect for this day and age. After the pandemic, we don't always have to go to the office. We don't even always have to wear pants for work, but we still need to get out of the house every once in a while. Sometimes we do need to work from an office. Rhone's Commuter Collection takes you effortlessly from the office to the golf course to the beach, back home, wherever you need to be. Men's closets were due for a radical reinvention, and Rhone stepped up to the challenge. Rhone's Commuter Collection is the most comfortable, breathable, and flexible set of products known to man. Rhone's comfortable 4-way stretch fabric provides breathability and flexibility that leaves you free to enjoy whatever life throws your way, whether it's commute to work, 18 holes of golf, hanging out at the bar with your friends. With Gold Fusion anti-odor technology, be smelling fresh and clean all day long. And on top of that, this is a big one, Rhone is 100% machine washable. That's right, it goes through the wash, comes through the dryer. It's fantastic, holds up. You don't have to worry about, I got to replace it after 5 washes. So if you want to experience the Commuter Collection for yourself, head to rhone.com/staples and use the promo code STAPLES for 20% off your entire order. That's 20% off your entire order when you head to RHONE.com/staples and use the code STAPLES. It's time to find your corner office comfort. I did have one more football question before we let you go, Matt. You've had your quarterbacks live a few times in spring practice this year. Not a lot of coaches willing to do that these days. What prompted that decision?
I've always done it. Sometimes not with an established starter. When I was at Temple, I had PJ Walker was my starter for 4 years. When I was at Baylor, Charlie Brewer was my starter for 3 years. After like a year or two, I knew that they would stand in there and take a hit. I think the biggest thing for me is it really speeds them up. Okay, they really start to play fast. They really start to get the ball out of their hands. We're doing some running the quarterback stuff, so to really give the defense a chance to play, I want to do that. But Jeff Sims has played a lot of football, right? But he hasn't played for me, and so just seeing what he can do, and I'd say if I put him live 50 snaps, they get tackled twice.
Yeah.
Like we did live this morning, and I had a freshman D lineman, Cam Lenhard, turn the edge, knock the defensive tackles down, come in, and the quarterback was live, and he kind of just shoved him. And I was like, hey, I appreciate you doing that, because it's really not intended to like land on him. So our guys,
it's to the moment for a freshman, right there.
He's wise beyond his years, But
is everyone around you being like, no, as soon as that's like breaking?
That play right there, or
no, your staff seeing your quarterback about to get creamed.
Even the D line coach was like happy he didn't tackle him, So, but no, I think it's we have some kids, some young men that are just really young and they're really talented, and so I just noticed when they do it, they instead of going like 1, 2, 3 and patting the ball like they're at 7-on-7, man, they play quickly, and so I would hate for them to play at a different speed next year in game 1 than how they've ever practiced, and so. The other thing it does for you, I think, is it opens up your offense a little bit. Like, they rush and we all sack and put the ball down. Well, try sacking these 230-pound guys who run 4.5. Man, it's way different. So we'll scrimmage Saturday. We'll be live, not the whole time maybe, but a lot of the time. And it's just kind of the way we'll go back to the blueprints, how Coach Osborne did it. I've done it a little bit in the past. I'm doing it more now. And so at least so far it's worked out.
Well, last thing for me, Matt, it's a topic you and I have talked about before. Your game day superstitions. I'm wondering, can Adidas make a smock? Did you go back to cage jackets? Like, what's the status here?
Yeah, there's always a different thing every year, right? And it's not a superstition; it's just process, which is really superstition. But it's just, once I pick an outfit up for the year, like they call it decision fatigue. Like I'm going to wear the same thing every week, right? And so I don't think I think the schmuck is dead. I think I'll be in something else. But once I pick a look out for the year, we're rolling with it. Unless I come home and my wife is like, "What in the heck are you wearing?" Then it changes pretty quickly.
So Matt Rhule, Steve Jobs, Homer Simpson, all people that wear the same thing.
There you go. Well, I know your agent texted you during that 19 season and said, "Hey, we got to stop wearing this. We got to talk about this." So when you become an NFL head coach, what is the conversation about? How do we need to dress on the sideline here?
Just like you got a lot more entities. The hat companies are trying to get you to wear a hat. You have your different things. Like one week, there's the different month. Excuse me. There's different issues and causes. So making sure we're very respectful for that. Whenever there's breast cancer, you always see me. I always wear like two. One for my mother-in-law who passed away. One for my mom who battled breast cancer. But yeah, there's a lot of input on what they want you to wear, what you should wear, and I'm certainly not a fashionista, so I just kind of pick something and roll with it.
Matt Rhule, thank you for rolling with us for a few minutes.
Appreciate you guys, man. Good to see you.